Hi Hayley, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So thank you so much for coming in today. Have you ever experienced any sort of virtual reality looking at apartments?
Nothing.
Okay, we're about to blow your mind. So what you've actually got here, this is the site as it stands currently, which is basically just a sand pit.
Okay.
So what we've been able to do with the team at IMMERSIV is basically build out exactly what you will see in 3 years' time, which is super exciting.
Wow.
So this here is actually what you inquired on. This is stage 1, Chapel Hill. And if we take a little turn around here, you'll see a ghosted out building. This is showing you what stage 2 will be, just so you can see the full picture before you actually purchase into stage 1.
Okay.
This little connection zone here is really from a community perspective. So what's actually here is the church that's actually in Como presently on Robert Street. They're actually going to retain this just for all the history that a lot of the locals are aware of. So that is going to stay there.
Okay.
And then this activation area here is really going to be a hub of community activities, events, restaurants, bars, early learning centres, medical. So it's really bringing the city to Como, which
Wow.
is fantastic. Something we haven't had in Como for such a long time.
No.
So what I'm going to do for you now is just actually show you a bit of a 3D tour of the building so you can see exactly what it looks like in its entirety. And then what we can do as well, because I know you inquired on a 2-bedroom.
Yep.
So what I will do is just bring up for you, this is showing you what is available and what has recently sold. So this one here, you were mentioning you were either comparing the north or the south side. So what we can do is if we just do a quick spin around, that's going to show you what your outlook would be. So you're still going to pick up river views, which is great. This is now orientated northwest.
So how much? It's got the prices there as well. Oh, okay. And the floor plans.
Yes, so you can actually click on the individual floor plan so that you can see exactly what you're looking at here. So what's been really popular with these ones is the balconies, because you're picking up the 2 orientations, which is really nice. Okay, let's have a quick look just to show you what's nearby. You mentioned you were coming from Mount Lawley?
Yes.
Perfect. So you might not be overly familiar with Como, but what this is showing you is just your connection points to the city, hospital, primary schools, and then if we take a swing around also back towards Applecross, Mount Pleasant, so you'll be familiar with the raffles just to orientate yourself.
Yep.
And then back across over to Manning as well. This is an exact backplate, so what you'll see in the suburb at the moment is exactly what you'll be seeing from your balcony, unless there's any other building activity that happens between now and then. So did you want to have a look at the inside of the apartment?
Yeah, sure.
So what you can see in here, everything is actually built out as it will be. So it's as if you're walking through a home on a Saturday morning taking a look through. You can actually do this virtually. What we can also do, because you mentioned you've got family in New Zealand, is send them this link as well and they can take a tour of the apartment with you.
Ah, that's really cool.
So from this angle, really what you're looking at is what you'd be seeing when you're looking at your floor to ceiling windows. And when you come around here, it's just stunning. Lots of river views, which is what you were looking for.
So this one is facing more south?
So this one here, you're actually more so on the western front, because you're right on the curve of the building.
Yep.
So if we teleport, I'll take you to the kitchen and you can actually change all of your colour schemes. So are you more a light or a dark person?
I like the light.
Okay, beautiful. So this is probably more so going to be what you'd be looking at, but I'll show you this anyway, just in case Simon has any influence.
Oh, that's actually not too dark.
Yeah, so it's actually still a lighter palette, but you can see with your pendant lighting and fixtures, it's just bringing in those cooler tones, which is quite nice. So the master bedroom you mentioned was really important to you as well. So let's take you there so that you can have a look through. So you've actually got your entry here, so that again, you've got your own little wing as such here. So you've got your ensuite, which again is able to be closed by the door. You've got your walk-in robe here, which again, you'll have an invisible slider cavity. So if you like everything neat and in its place, what I will do is actually take you in here, because a lot of the time in a standard development, you'll get one hanging rail and a shelf. In here, you can see that it's all fully customized, where you've got all your custom joinery, which is again, just showing the level of opulence here, which is beautiful. Showing you here, big full height mirror, selfie mirror, very important. Everything you can see with your LED backlight. So again, in the middle of the night, normally when you come into an apartment, have you lived in an apartment before?
No.
Okay, so what will normally happen is when you trigger the light switch, your exhaust fans will automatically go on, just due to the building code, condensation, etc. So they've put these additional lights in here so that when you get up in the middle of the night, you can do that, have your lighting, and then not be kept up by an exhaust fan. So it's actually very clever.
That is clever. So is that a standard feature of all the apartments?
It is, yes, so all throughout. Just to give you a quick look at your views.
So this is the views from this exact apartment?
From this exact apartment, but if you were looking at a similar 2-bed or 3-bed on a lower floor, then I can show you what that looks like as well. Beautiful. So you were looking at potentially level 8 as well. So just to show you, that's just dropped you down one level, but again, you can see that your views are still fantastic.